Hi there, it's me again, I'm Rocío. I am going to show you now how to do the brioche ribbing. This is our section 1. So we cast on, we did setup row 1 and setup row 2, and now what we're going to do is row 1 of section 1. So here we have a repeat of 4 rows in this section. So I'm going to show you the 4 rows, and from there on you're on your own. Meaning you have to keep repeating those 4 rows 4 more times or more if you want to practice a bit longer. And after you do that, then I'll meet you back for brioche lace. But let's first things first, let's first do the brioche ribbing. So we're going to go to row 1 with our color A, and what we have to do for our I-cord edge is knit 3 stitches. So we're going to knit 3, 1, 2, 3, slip the marker, and now we're going to knit the first stitch, knit 1, and bring the yarn to the front, slip the next stitch, brioche knit. Oops. Okay. Bring the yarn to the front, slip the next stitch, brioche knit. Bring the yarn to the front, slip the next stitch, brioche knit. Bring the yarn to the front, slip, brioche knit. Leave the yarn hanging here in back, slip the marker, and slip these stitches as if to purl. Okay, that's all we have to do for row 1. Now I'm going to slide all the stitches to the beginning of my needle, and I'm going to knit the next row, which is row 2. It's a right side row knit with, or knitted, I don't know how you say it. I think both are correct, right? Knitted with color B. I'm gonna have to stop the video for 1 second. Just 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, so row 2 with row 2 with color B. I'm going to knit the first 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to pass the marker, and now with the yarn in back, I'm gonna keep it in back, okay? And I'm going to slip the first stitch, and now it's when I'm going to bring it to the front, and I'm going to brioche purl. I was going to say slip, but no. We're going to brioche purl the next stitch, brioche purl, and now because we have the yarn in the front already and we need to slip and yarn over, what we'll do is first we slip and then we yarn over, we bring the yarn, sorry, that was confusing, we bring the yarn back to the front, we yarn over, yarn back to the front, and we brioche purl. I'll do that again. The yarn is here in front. I have to slip 1 yarn over, so I do this. I slip 1 and then yarn over, but make sure that you bring it again to the front, and then brioche purl. And again, slip 1, yarn over, brioche purl, and then when you have 4 stitches left, we have the yarn here in front. Leave it here and slip the next stitch, slip the marker, and slip the next 3 stitches as well. And the yarn is here hanging in front, but this is our right side, so we don't want it here. Basically what I do is I just throw it over the needle, I throw it towards the wrong side, and then I turn my work, and I will show you how to hook this, how to anchor it maybe it's a nicer word, here, which is what I wanted. How I do this is now in row 3, we're in row 3, which is the grown side. I'm going to use my color A, color A, your light color. I'm going to use the light color, and I'm going to first purl these 3 stitches, and then I'm going to slip the marker, and then I'm going to purl this stitch, but I'm going to make sure that I also catch this yarn. Yeah? Let's do that. I'll show you how to do it. It's very easy. We purl 3 for our I-cord. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to slip the marker. And now I'm going to purl this stitch, but also with this thread, which is here loose. I'm going to trap this thread at the same time. So just purl the 2 together and give it a little tug if you want, this one. And now I'm going to, I have the yarn in front, slip 1 stitch, yarn over, brioche purl. Yeah? Slip 1 stitch, yarn over, brioche purl. This distracting thingy is the little end that I broke before. I'm sorry about that, because it shows back here like a little tail. Okay, slip the next stitch, yarn over, brioche purl. Slip the next stitch, yarn over, and purl the last stitch that is actually here alone, on its own, purl that stitch. And now slip the marker, horrible marker, go on, and slip the next 3 stitches as if to purl. And now we have this yarn hanging in the front, but hanging on the wrong side, so that's where we want it. And now I'm going to slide my stitches, and I'm going to knit my row 4 with my yarn B. So this is the last row for our 4-row repeat of 2-color brioche. And as you can see, there was nothing that was too difficult, right? It's just about remembering to bring your yarn to the front, or if it's already in the front, to do a full yarn over by wrapping around the needle with your yarn. And that's why I like demystifying, if that word exists. I like to do this with brioche because most people think that it really is much more complicated. And it's not complicated, it just needs a tiny bit of practice until you learn that when you are in row, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, your knit piece should look like this or like that, and then you need to start the row in this or that way. And that's the only thing that you get with practice. But I'm going to show you one thing after we're done with this row to help you know where you are. So this is row 4, grown side, color B. I'm going to purl 3, 1, 2, and 3, and slip the marker. And now I have the yarn in front. I'm going to slip this stitch, and the next one I'm just going to brioche knit, and then remember, because you did the brioche knit, your yarn is now in the back. You have to bring it to the front, in between your needles, before you slip the next stitch. And now again, brioche knit. Bring the yarn back to the front, between the needles, slip, brioche knit. Bring yarn to the front, slip, brioche knit. We have 4 stitches left. Bring yarn to the front, slip your marker, slip 3 stitches a sieve to purl, or with the yarn in front because it's in front, and leave the yarn hanging here in the ground side of our work. Now I will show you one little tip. We know we are in the ground side of brioche because these little V's here, these little knit stitches, are being formed with yarn B, with your dark color. In the right side of your work, these needles make a lot of noise. In the right side of your work, those little V's are formed with your light color. You see? This tells me that this is the right side of my work. Also, normally you don't turn, or you shouldn't turn your work until you have both threads on the same side. And if they are hanging here in the ground side, then you turn your work, you see your right side, you know you're going to start again another row 1, okay? And also it's good to remember that you always knit with your light color before knitting with your dark color. So when you have one yarn in each side, then you have to look at which were the last 3 stitches that you slip. They're not going to be knitted, they're going to be only slipped, and then you will know, well, it looks like my last row was a row 3 or was a row 1. But as a little tip, I recommend when I'm knitting brioche, I don't do that. I always finish in a row where at least I leave them hanging in the same side. And then maybe I knit only rows 1 and 2, and then I stop, or 3 and 4. But I always try to avoid confusion, to leave my knitting when it's time to turn my work. Good luck with repeating these 4 rows 4 more times, and the next video will be brioche lace, and that video will be a bit longer because I will be showing you, hold on, I'm going to show you quickly how to knit these panels. Okay, this is maybe too big, trying to make it smaller, there we go. I will be showing you how to knit this small panel here on the side and this panel, and I will not knit the whole row, but I will knit maybe, just until the middle. No, maybe, because I already recorded it, so I know. I recorded myself knitting this wrap until around here for each row, so you can see how the brioche lace is done. And yeah, see you there in that video. Bye.